was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Atlanta Falcons. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Look, 180. Pretty quiet. Hey, 76. Hey, march 7. 45. Super one. 45's the mic. Nice.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
17. Hey, Delta. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. 25's the mark. Hold on. Check. Okay.
Now it's gone. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
76. Hey, echo.
Off on first down. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. He chucks him, and he'll get into the end zone. Woods, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise, as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Here we go. 8 read. Push him back.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one caught by Ridley. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Second and 9 now. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Listen. 45. Hey, wahoo!
After the interception, here's Goff. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended receiver, Josh Reynolds. And now it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Fight.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. The 40. He's at the 30. The 20. 10. 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big run there by Freeman. 95 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Try to punch it in with Smith. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff unit is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
6-6. Pull it out. 2-4. 57. Hey, Haywood. Let's set a tone.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Oh, it is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're
he rifles one that's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Goff now looking to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Falcons grab it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. After one, a one-point game, 7-6.
Go, 60 Pittsburgh.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
2nd and 3. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Ready?
53. First and 10. Check 53.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 1st down, gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete.
Complete to Russell Gage. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Set. 18 Gator.
Strong right.
Beat them.
On the draw, this will be Freeman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10.
64, weak. Watch the ship, watch the ship.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game. And it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
80 weapon.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Get it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half, because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And the Rams have got it back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 3rd and long. It's gone. They got a man. It's Woods. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. We're good. We're good. Mike, we're good.
Back to throw. Gone. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time. And it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hell, you won. Hey, we got 4.
He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes his 2nd and 9. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Look, 180. Blue dead. 11. 57. Mike, 57. You get it. Dude. You get it.
Goff throwing again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Goff now looks to throw. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cameron Brate, as the first half is winding down. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
X3, 218, chop it. Hey, exit.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Joseph on for the field goal. A 39-yard
The kick by Joseph is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a... Down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Looking right side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
10-2 stop.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Rush in. Rush in. Recon, 132 fighter. 56. 5.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 13. Here's Goff. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 51 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check. 2 first. 45. Hey, Alpha.
Now Goff. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Set. 10 Lobo. You got nothing. Ready.
2nd and 11. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards there, and a Falcon 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
You draw closer.
Looking to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Over the middle, it's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Topper! Now.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, Freeman. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Second and goal at the 8-yard line.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Hey, Charlie.
Here's second and 8. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's go. Let's bring it smooth. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Come on. Mike 56. Mike 56.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. They'll try and run with Freeman. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun. Gone. Airing it out deep for Woods. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Hold on. Check.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll drop the throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he will score. Touchdown Falcons. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And now they have taken a 4th quarter lead. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
Oh, ball. That's our ball.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Russell Gage, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, team 6.
From the gun, here's Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
High 7.
57. Mike, 57. Watch your slap.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta.
Now Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Goff. This pass complete to Reynolds. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's going to be a long game.
Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Deion Jones. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Hey, back up.
Goff now to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
45.
On 4th down, Goff. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it's becoming increasingly clear now that the Rams are going to win this football game. He finds Hopkins complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Can you believe it? and he misses another one, his third so far. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Falcons. And that should just about seal it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoil.